Kim.com says Palantir was hacked and they got dirt on everyone. Wow, this is scary, scary stuff. For those of y'all who may not know who Palantir is basically all your information, all your data, all your online stuff, your data information gets sold. And a company like Palantir buys that information and they store that information and they sell that information to like governments and special interests and things like that. They have so much information, it's crazy. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk about where they really hacked or whatnot. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already. Subscribe and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There you'll find a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Liberty Daily by way of truth-based media, and they report that Kim.com, the controversial tech entrepreneur and founder of the now defunct file sharing service Mega Upload, man, I used to love Mega Upload, made an explosive claim on Sunday that Palantir Technologies has been compromised in what he described as catastrophic security breach. In a post on X.com alleged that hackers have obtained everything from the data analytics giant, which provides intelligence and surveillance services to governments and corporations worldwide. He offered no evidence to support the claim. Let's just say that right off back, and did not identify who the supposed attackers were or when the intrusion might have occurred. But I will say Kim.com does have a great track record when it comes to things like this. He never, nothing comes to memory, nothing comes to mind about him ever lying about things like this or misleading people. So I'm going to take him for his word for right now. But the statement stands alone, unverified and unsourced, yet carries significant implications given Palantir's role in national security operations across multiple countries. And basically, Palantir is just a way for governments to take your information by not having, by circumventing our constitutional rights. They just get the information from Palantir, who recouped our personal information. Palantir was allegedly hacked. This according to .com. Palantir was allegedly hacked. An AI agent was used to gain super user access. And here's what the hackers allegedly found. Peter Thiel and Alex Karp commit mass surveillance of world leaders and titans of industry on a massive scale. We already know this. They have thousands of hours of transcribed and searchable conversations of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk. Wow. They have backdoored the devices, cars, and jets of world leaders and accumulated the biggest archive of blackmail material. Wow. So not only they get your data from like your online data that they purchase and stuff like that, they steal and hack your information too. That I mean, I always believed that with Palantir, but to hear it coming from Kim.com, it makes it gives it more leverage here. But Palantir is creating nuclear and bioweapon capabilities for Ukraine, and is working closely with the CIA to defeat Russia. They believe they are 1 year away. They plan to achieve this by keeping Russia busy with meaningless peace negotiations. That sounds about right. Palantir is responsible of the majority of Palestinian deaths in Gaza. They have developed an AI targeting for Israel. Wow. I didn't know they developed that AI targeting, because I know Israel was using AI targeting. That's why they was picking and choosing, what hospitals to bomb and places like this to bomb. I know it was AI doing this, but I did not know it was coming from Palantir. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Palantir is an arm of the CIA. Duh. Obviously. The CIA always have their hands in stuff like this. And all data from international clients is copied into a CIA spy cloud. Palantir has become the most dangerous company in the world. If you work there, you have the right to know that this is what Palantir AI is used for without your knowledge. The Palantir data the hackers allegedly gathered will be given to Russia and or China. Wow. I was chosen as a trusted partner for this publication. I'm not involved in the Palantir hack, and I don't know the hackers, but I do know that the hack happened. Wow, we live in scary times, y'all. I don't know if y'all really understand the gravity of this situation of the Palantir, the one that has everyone's information, everything you ever posted online, any text message you ever sent, any email you ever sent, any voicemail you've ever sent. Yes, voice, they even record voice as well. And they transcribe that. Everything, all of your data, Palantir has it. And that information been hacked by some entity, and they're giving it to China and Russia. Wow. As of this writing, there are no corroborating reports from cybersecurity firms. You think they're gonna blast this? You think they're gonna tell people about this? Really? Government agencies or news organizations about any breach at Palantir. The company itself has not issued any public statement addressing Dotcom's allegation. Palantir's stock price showed no unusual movement following the post, and there has been no indication from the company's leadership or from clients in the defense and intelligence sector that any compromise has taken place. I don't even think they're going to speak on it, to be honest with you, because if they're going to speak on it, if it did happen, they're going to lie. So it's a lose-lose situation for them. I don't think they're even going to speak on it. Palantir Technologies co-founder Peter Thiel and currently led by CEO Alex Karp operates some of the most sensitive data platforms in the world. The company's software is used by the U.S. Department of Defense, the Central Intelligence Agency, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and numerous foreign governments for surveillance, counterterrorism, and battlefield operations. A legitimate breach of Palantir systems would represent one of the most serious intelligence failures in modern history. That's my point. Some people, and no one is reporting on this. Potentially exposing classified operations, surveillance targets, and the inner workings of Western security infrastructure. The gravity of such a claim demands serious scrutiny, but Dotcom's track record complicates any assessment of credibility. He has spent years battling extradition from New Zealand to the United States on charges related to criminal copyright infringement and money laundering tied to Mega Upload. I mean, they're still trying to lock this man up. But that has nothing to do with what that has nothing to do with the statement that he's made. He haven't released anything. Everything he's been saying online over the years, nothing has been proven a lie. He is a vocal critic of U.S. foreign policy, that he is, particularly regarding Ukraine and the Middle East, and has promoted various theories about geopolitical events that often align with narratives favorable to Russia and China. Wow. So they're trying to say like he's some type of Russian or Chinese agent because he don't agree with defending Ukraine. I don't agree with that assessment at all. His social media presence is marked by bold, sometimes incendiary claims that are not always accompanied by supporting evidence. But he doesn't lie about these things, though. That's my point. I still don't have anything. I have no reason to not trust this information, I should say. That history does not automatically invalidate his assertion, but it does raise questions about motive and sourcing. Dotcom has not clarified how he came to know about this alleged hack, but says he was not involved. It's impossible to assess whether this is a credible warning from someone with inside knowledge or an unfounded allegation designed to sow doubt about a company that he has openly opposed. Palantir haven't even made a statement about this yet. If Palantir were genuinely hacked and sensitive data infiltrated, the implications would extend far beyond the company itself. True. Foreign adversaries could gain insight into U.S. military operations, intelligence collection methods, and the identities of individuals under surveillance. Allies who share intelligence with the United States could see their own operations compromised. Private sector clients relying on Palantir's platforms for fraud detection, supply chain management, and other sensitive applications would face potential exposure as well. The silence from Palantir and the absence of any independent verification suggests either that no breach occurred, that Dotcom is mistaken, or that if something did happen, it is being handled quietly behind closed doors. I think I don't know, they're quiet. Palantir's silence is deafening. The situation bears watching, particularly given the increasing frequency and sophistication of cyber attacks targeting defense contractors and technology firms handling classified information. In recent years, companies like SolarWinds and Microsoft have faced significant breaches that expose government systems and sensitive data. Palantir, given its role, would be an obvious target for state-sponsored hackers, of course. However, as of now, there is no publicly available evidence that such an attack has taken place. Until Palantir, you wait no Palantir to admit it. Government agencies or credible cybersecurity sources provide confirmation or denial. Dotcom claims remain unverified, which it is unverified, and should be treated with appropriate skepticism. If additional information emerges, the story will demand immediate and serious attention. Yeah, I mean, take this information with the I say a little bit more than a grain of salt, because like I said, I have no problem with Dotcom's track record. It's definitely interesting that Palantir has not come out yet and said anything about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.